Thanks for watching Roland Digs It. I'm Roland, and I am going to talk a little bit about venturing outside of the box. I haven't done a state of the collection watch. If you know me, you probably know that I tend to play it safe when it comes to buying things. And by the way, if you know me, it's kind of weird because I'm the guy on the screen. You shouldn't really know me. We're not really that close. But, you know, in a way we kind of are because, you and I, we're there. I tend to stay in my little box when it comes to wristwatch collecting. I have like Casios and G-Shocks, and I have some Seikos and Citizen. I play it safe, stuff that I really know, stuff that's been around for a long time. Even like, for instance, and I'm gonna get to the watch we're talking about today. Even for instance, stuff like this right here. This is an Oris. This is an Oris Divers 65. Not like it's something new that I don't know. You can research them and find out that they're extremely well-made, well-documented wristwatches. This uses a very reliable movement. It uses a Selena movement, an SW200 movement. So everything about this watch screams reliability. But before I pulled the trigger and bought this watch, I researched them for like 6 months ahead of time. I went down to the store and looked at them. I went down again to the store and looked at them. And I went down a third time and tried it on and wore it. And by the way, the store sales guy was super nice, didn't care the fact that I was kind of wasting his time. His name's Rob, and he works at Lewis Jewelers in Houston, Texas. Look him up. Great guy, great store, great selection of watches. Finally, it took the Oris watch event for me to finally say, I'm going to pull the trigger and I'm going to buy it. It was like 1/5 the cost of your cheapest Rolex. I bought it. I love it. It's been super reliable forever. Okay. But still, I knew the brand. Now, there's other brands that I don't know. And many of them, I've always wanted to try them on, check them out, see them in person, but you don't see them in stores. It's the kind of stuff that you have to order it from a website, order it from a gray market, order it from somewhere because you can't just go down to the store and see it. And one of those brands was Spinnaker, which you see on the screen back here. And one of those watches was specifically the Fleuss or whatever, GMT. And that's this one that I'm holding in my hand right here. And this is what we're going to talk about today, venturing outside the box. This Spinnaker watch, which uses a Seiko NH34 movement. It's a GMT movement. It's an amazing movement, great reliable watch so far. This is one of those things that I was afraid to pull the trigger on. It was a gray market price of like $225, Amazon price of like $250 to $300, full retail price $490. And I'll put links down below in the description where you can buy this, these watches, the Fleuss model GMT, for cheaper than full retail. But point is, I was afraid to pull the trigger. I didn't pull the trigger, but I am a member of a few different wristwatch groups throughout the country, and one of them happens to be a local group that meets up called Red Bar. And I went to one of their events, and I got to talking to somebody that I knew, actually a really good guy, and I'll put his name's Steven, and he does these amazing pictures of wristwatches. Look up Talking About Time on Instagram, and you'll see some of the best wristwatch photography that you have ever seen. We were showing off some of our collection, and he was showing off some of his. In his collection that he brought to show off, I saw this watch. And I was like, oh my God, that's the watch that I've been looking at. I've been wanting to try this on. I immediately tried it on, and I was blown away. It felt great. This 7-link bracelet, or I think it's 7 links, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I take that back. 5-link bracelet is crazy comfortable and conforms to the wrist. It's just a great feeling, great looking watch. Now, I had bought a watch and had owned a watch that I was looking to possibly get rid of or do something with. And he saw it on my wrist and he thought, let's trade. I was like, let's trade? Oh my gosh. I didn't know people really did that. I didn't know that was a thing. But I was like, yeah, okay, let's trade. So we did it. We set up a little trade. And I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with my trade. This thing is just all kinds of awesome. It wears nice. It feels comfortable. It looks cool. And I'm about to show you guys one of the coolest parts of this watch, okay? Just give me a second here. We're going to go over it. But first off, it's a 43 millimeter, about 13 millimeters thick, and it feels great on the wrist. Some people say that it wears a bit large, but I really think it depends on your wrist. If you have a slightly larger wrist, it should feel just fine. But it's pretty lightweight for a GMT. I think you guys can pull it off. Even you guys that have the smaller wrist, or if you have, thinner arms and whatnot, I think you can still pull it off. And It wears comfortably. And for you bigger guys, that when you drink a few beers and you're pounding them back and your wrist tends to swell up even more, it has a diver's extension. It pops open and it gives you an extra 4 or 5 millimeters of space. You can't complain about that. There's been plenty of times that I wish I had that feature when I had a watch that I wore down to the beach, and being at the beach all day in the sun, drinking some beers, wrist swells, and all of a sudden the watch doesn't fit. GMT watches are great because they keep track of 2 different time zones. I love wearing my GMTs. This one's an automatic, so I don't have to really mess with it too much. The GMT hand, I keep it set to where I live. And then the local time, which is the hour and the minute hands, I would set that to wherever I'm going. So if I'm going to go to California, I would set the hour and minute hands back and leave the red hand as my local time where I live. It also has a date window right down there at the 3 o'clock position, right in the middle. Like, look inside the dial. It's not really super well framed, and it doesn't have any kind of magnification, but it's got a date window right there at the 3 o'clock position. I love the way that the dial just kind of has this like fade from dark to light with that coloring. It's just a great looking painted little dial. The GMT bezel there, it has like a bubble feel to it. So it's almost like a 3D texture. It feels like you want to kind of squish on it, but you can't. Obviously, it's like a hard acrylic. Sapphire crystal, gorgeous look. It's got 150 meters of water resistance. I mean, this thing is just, it's the beans. It's awesome. I like it. Roland digs it. I dig it for that price. And I kind of wish that I would venture out more and get stuff like this. And I'm starting to, I'm starting to get out there and starting to do more of that. I'm just a little afraid sometimes of going out there and buying stuff that I don't know. And this is one of those things, take a chance on stuff that you might like and you enjoy it. I'm glad that I got to set up a trade with this person and get something that I'm proud of, that I really enjoy wearing and enjoy looking at. I would have to say, definitely have to think outside the box, get outside the box, and be willing to meet people and do things and try stuff that's different, even if you're afraid and not so sure about it. And you might be surprised and find something that you really love. And not only that you really love, but something that has a beautiful little hidden trick. I'm going to shut off this light right here because I want you to see how cool this is. Got my old flashlight right here. Boo, can barely see it. And I'm going to light up this dial because you're not going to believe how freaking amazing this lume is on this wristwatch. And when I say how freaking amazing, I mean it. It's freaking amazing. And I love lighting up the dial and showing it off to people because people are always blown away. They're just like, oh my God, that thing looks sick. How does it do that? So check out this lume. And it's not even dark in here. How cool is that? That's right, the entire bezel lights up. That is freaking cool. I love it. I wear it, travel with it, and it's one of those ones that I don't have to worry about somebody trying to lob off my arm and kill me to take it because, it's such a brand that people just don't know, but it's a brand that I can be proud of. It wears comfortably, great watch, great comfortable size, great look, goes with a lot of stuff. If you're thinking about getting one and you're curious, email me, rolanddigsit@gmail.com, or just comment down below and ask some questions. I'll be more than happy to reply. All right, thanks for watching. You guys take care, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye.